Hello everybody and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And we got a lot of fun topics to talk about today. On today's show, we're talking about, obviously, the brand new TV spot called Dream for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
We're also going to be talking about Turning Red's director, Domee Shi, promoted to a leadership role.
And new panels for Star Wars Celebration announced. All this and more coming up on today's show. Is it Wednesday today?
Yep,
yes.
Today is Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, you guys. Thanks for joining us. I feel like... Did we stream on Saturday? We didn't, right? Oh, no, we did.
No, we did not.
It was a late one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was a late
Essentially, it was
one.
at a different time.
Yes.
It's kind of like this past week has just been a blur of motion. You know, we've done so many different things. We had so many things going on in our personal life, so many things going on with the channel, and it has been a whirlwind.
Yeah,
so
it has been a whirlwind.
Kind of hard to remember exactly when we did what.
Yes. Yeah. So, but we're glad we're here. We're back to our... we were very close to starting on time today. So, thank you guys for all being here. We do have a trailer reaction, if you call it a trailer. It was like a 1-minute TV spot for the latest Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So go ahead and check that out. It is up on the channel.
And if you want to check our volume, apparently Star Drew is saying
really
that our
low.
volume is really low. So we're going to crank it up a little
more.
bit and let us know if it gets any better. Let me see if I can actually...
Yeah, let me know. Let us know if that's better. We just cranked it up a little bit more. It does seem like it's really low for some reason.
Yeah, so now that we have the volume up a little bit more, hopefully that will make it work a little bit better.
I think it's better now. But yes, let us know. Ricardo Ramos says, finally, I made it on time. At last. Woo, you made it.
Welcome.
Oh, we're not in focus.
Hey, good thing we actually made it on time for once.
There we go.
So,
Focus, camera, focus.
What happens if I just kind of go, let me focus on your face.
Aha!
Aha!
All right.
Victory. There we go. What I actually need to do is get like one of those selfie sticks, but put like one of the little rubber tips on it that you can use for your phone. So you can just poke it and be like, there we go.
That's funny.
And focus in on me.
That's funny. You guys, have you had the chance to check out the Doctor Strange trailer? Let us know in the chat. And while you guys type that in, just to kind of plug other things that are on the channel, Episode 2 of the Moon Knight reaction is up. Thank you so much to Ash Peeler.
Thank you so
for
much.
subscribing.
Woo!
Welcome to the Movie Bunch. Let's see. So, yeah.
Yeah, because Episode 2 of Moon Knight, Summon the Suit, is that the...
Summon the Suit.
Summon the Suit is out on... It's now out on Disney+. We did our reaction to it, and it is now up on the channel.
Yes.
This episode... I liked because it gave us a lot of good backstory. It gave us a lot of fun things to actually know and learn more about what's going on in this weird world of Egyptian gods.
Yeah, it's so it's been a nice look into that whole mythology there, and I'm sure there's even more we're going to dive into for future episodes. Thank you so much for Marvin for sending through a super chat. Thank you so much. We're going to get to it in just a couple seconds. Our review for Sonic the Hedgehog is up. Our review, or actually it was a solo review, my review for Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, that's also up. And then coming soon later today, you will see a review for the Michael Bay film Ambulance. So all that will be coming up, and then I'll be doing some more editing for the Cobra Kai because we only have 2 more episodes to go. We've already seen it. I just have to edit it. And yeah, so all right, let's go ahead and interesting, Ashley. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna read Ashley's comment in a second, but I do want to get to Marvin's super chat first. Marvin writes, your own multiverse or emotional were creature. Ooh.
Well, I guess, since
I don't think I want to meet my emotional were creature.
Oh.
I think it'd try to kill me.
From what I've heard, and how I've heard Wendy describe some of her past experiences with, like, anger, when Wendy hulks out, it's, like, really bad.
When I was younger...
I've never really seen Wendy,
Yeah, you have.
Really, really upset? I mean, I've seen you on the level of understandably upset.
Have you not seen me really? Like, you haven't had to, like, hold me back from something?
No.
Okay,
I've never seen, like...
Well, hopefully you don't, because it's not cute.
And another super chat from Marvin Martin. Thank you so much. But yeah, my own personal multiverse. I'm curious on like you would see different variations of me. Like you would actually get like an evil Dustin with just the goatee.
What would evil Dustin be like? Like what's evil Dustin?
I don't know. I mean, it would have to be something kind of like what is it called? Kind of like an Adam West Batman villain, you know, where they're a little goofy and a little like. I always kind of thought like maybe like I'd be like a villain, kind of like the Riddler in that, to where they're kind of goofy.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, a little slapstickish.
Yeah. Well, that's not. Is that like technically a multiverse?
Well, it'd be a multiverse version of myself.
Oh, okay, but I think he's. So is Marvin asking about our multiverse self, or I thought there was two separate things, like your own multiverse or emotional were creature?
Were creature. If I had to be a were creature, well, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because what is it? We just recently. What was it that we just saw that had where? Oh yeah, it was Critical Role. Who?
Yes. Spoilers if you're not caught up to at least episode 6.
No. We're
like
we're like on episode 11.
Episode 11.
10 or 11. We're around
10 or
there.
11.
So
I don't know. I'm just repeating what you're saying because you keep changing your.
We're around there. We just found out. Okay, so spoiler for anyone who has not seen Critical Role yet. We just found out that a certain character is lycanthrope, has the lycanthrope curse on them, and blew our minds. And now we're like, oh, what kind of were creature would we like to be? Because there's a lot of them in D&D.
Yeah, we were screaming and yelling.
That's where my mind is like, would I want to be like, what is it called? I would think I would want to be a were creature that can fly, because I know there are, like in Curse of Strahd, there are were crows. So I think that would be really cool to be able to have that ability to just be able to fly. So
I can see that.
How about you? If you could be a were creature?
Oh boy. I feel like werewolf or something that would be so opposite of like what this human shell is.
You can be like a werebear.
Like just something freaking like ugly, horrid, like maybe one of the dogs from Sorry guys, I'm on 3 hours of sleep, so my brain doesn't work quite as fast. Than from Resident Evil.
Oh,
Resident Evil. No, not the
I was
jackals.
thinking of the jackals from
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, from Moon Knight.
Yeah, something like that. That's just like very opposite of what my normal demeanor is, and that would really freak people out. And they're like, "Oh, she can go there," because I feel like that's like the very, very deep down in my soul. There's that spark of rage that's in there that I hide pretty well.
And in D&D, Wendy does kind of play like a tank most of the time, so I can just see that you transform and just boom, boom, just start
smash. I like to Leroy Jenkins things. Guys.
Leroy.
That's how I like to do things, just in life in general. If I could, if that was a reasonable thing, I totally would. Yeah. So let us know what some of you guys' like own multiverse or were creature would be. And I know that Marvin has also sent in another super chat. So Marvin says, your own mythology or gods or similar things. So there's a lot of...
It's like a Hercules kind of story?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of like Chinese, East Asian mythology that I grew up with. There's one for Kuan Yin, who is also like a religious... she's in the Buddhism story. There's also like the Monkey King is really cool. You guys probably have seen adaptations of it. I feel like the Western adaptations isn't always truthful, but the ones that I watched growing up in Taiwan, maybe because I was little when I watched them, they're live action, but it's really cool. It's a monkey god, kind of god, like they're up in like the heavens, right?
But very mischievous.
He's super mischievous. He's not supposed to have one of the peaches from the peach garden. He goes and eats one, and he gets banished to Earth, and then he has to kind of redeem himself. And he goes on all these adventures. He's got really cool weapons. He's got a cool staff that is, think like Ant-Man, but not with the tech because it's mythology. So it's more fantastical, and it can shrink, and it fits inside his ear, and he just pulls it out, and he hits people with it.
Pretty cool.
That's very like surface. I did not describe that mythology well, but something like that. I think
the
that'd
main
be
points.
Cool monkey king. So yeah, that's like the thing that I grew up with. What about you?
I would have to think if I had to like my own god. I mean, I've always wanted to kind of create something that's in the realm of like I always want to kind of like tell a story that is based on kind of like Star Wars, to where you have one power source and anyone can tap into it and they can use it for good or evil. But it flows from the creator of the universe. And it would be different people who can tap into this one power. I guess it would be a lot more kind of like the Wheel of Time, which I always thought was really... I always loved that kind of mythology.
I can see that.
There is one power, and it's just... You can use it for good or evil. And there really is no good or evil to it. It's how people use it.
Absolutely.
And create kind of that mythology behind it, how it was created.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's cool. Those are cool questions. I want to go through the chat real quick to see what if anybody's talking about. Oh, Chris! Hi! Hey! We just saw you the other day. Thank you so much for your super chat. We will get to it in just a sec. I want to go through the chat and see if you guys kind of chimed in about your own multiverse or emotional werewolf creature or mythology and gods. So let's see. Brian Perez says, you find Wendy's anger cute?
There are moments, I have to admit, if I ever wanted to make Wendy more mad, is when she does get angry, go, oh, you look so cute. No one wants to be called cute when
let me be angry.
You like, let me be angry.
Let me be upset.
So
the worst, when I was a child and I was filled with way more rage than I actually am now, because I can talk myself out of it as an adult. You know, sometimes I begrudgingly, I'm like, it's not the right thing to do. Don't act out and lash out and be mean. But as a child, you know, there was so much rage. I think I get it from my dad because he has the temper out of both my parents. He's the one that's a lot more quick to... his temper rises pretty quickly. So as a kid, I've been like having to held back by my like cousins and aunts and uncles. And it's my least... I hate it because it just makes me so much more upset. And I was like, if I can just get one shot in, because this one kid did something or pushed me or whatever. I'm never touching anybody unprovoked. That's something my mom taught me a long time ago. It's just like, you don't hit people, but if they touch you in a certain way, you're allowed to defend yourself.
This is the one picture of how I kind of always see Wendy when she's upset.
Oh my God.
And I love it. But in this picture, she's not really upset.
I'm not actually upset.
She's not upset. This is when she was cooking on Instagram Live.
I hope I don't look like that when I'm actually mad. Like, I actually want to look scary.
Like, I just think that it's absolutely... It's...
Hold on, let me hide my
you
face.
can't really see. I have to hide my face. So hopefully...
You're too close.
Well, I guess
you're way too close.
There we go. Maybe something like that. But you guys... I guess you guys can...
They get the gist. It's fine.
You get the gist. Put the picture away, Dustin. I'm sorry. But... Honestly, that's kind of my reaction sometimes when I see Wendy really upset, it's not good. I should really let Wendy be angry.
Let me be angry. All right.
I'm always angry.
Always angry. Starchu says Wendy's a nun. Where's Spider? I would never want to be a spider.
Oh no.
Evil Dustin, Batman villain, Cable Guy Dustin with Swordman. Marvin Martin says oh no, I skipped it. Oh no. Okay. If you say Smurfy hybrid, I'll put a curse on you. Ashley says, Werebadger for me. Those things are crazy. The badgers, man. People think because like they think, oh, honey badger sounds docile, cuddly, cute because it's got the word honey. It's like, no, see those claws? They can...
They tear you up.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, all the super chats. Okay. Oh, Leo says Wendy will be a big red panda.
That's what you would be.
But if May's like in the movie, in the other one, don't say it because spoilers.
Oh yeah.
I want to be that one. I don't want to be May the Red Panda. I want to be like the other thing. Marvin Martin says something reptilian, like what serpent would be before Garden of Eden. Oh, Ricardo says were creature dream pick. Oh. Dragonborn reality.
Oh yeah, to be some kind of like dragonborn.
Were-typlosion.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We have a couple of super chats from Chris, so we're gonna go ahead and get to them. Chris says, "What members of the Illuminati do you think we will see in Doctor Strange 2? Plus, what are the odds that we will see Navi there? 10 out of 10, we're gonna see Navi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somewhere in the background." We just gotta call Marvel and make sure she's in all the shots, right? And she's in the final cut of the film, because what is Doctor Strange without a Na'vi?
Exactly.
The members of the Illuminati. Well, we're pretty sure that we are getting one Professor X.
Yep.
I say this, I want to put it out in the world. I'm going to do a simu and put it out in the world so it can happen. I'm going to manifest it. Reed Richards.
That would be really cool. That's a high probability too. Because they want to introduce the Fantastic Four soon.
Yes. I feel like, honestly, there's one... Which trailer was it? The very first one? Maybe the second one? When we saw all the chairs. I felt like there was a figure that very much resembled Blade. As he was walking. I'm not saying he's like on the seats, but he certainly was like walking amongst the seats. So I feel like maybe we will see Blade as well.
There's probably another version of T'Challa, because I think, if I'm not mistaken,
a version of Black Panther
was on the Illuminati Council.
What about Iron Man?
Iron Man. I wouldn't. Yeah, a superior Iron Man is probably somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. And I think it'd be cool if it was just for that one little scene. It was Tom Cruise, and it wasn't, because then
wouldn't
you can
it be
make
great if like RDJ came back though?
Oh yeah,
hey,
honestly, and you could get away with that. You could get a Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man in there.
I think this movie could be the movie that ties together all those Marvel shows, like especially with the TVA.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows? We're not gonna get like a King and Conqueror end credit scene or something crazy like that. Who knows? So that's who we think. Let us know who you guys think, or who do you want to see when they finally reveal the Illuminati.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many out there. I mean, I can never pronounce his name right. I do apologize. Namor.
Namor?
The Aquamariner, the Submariner. But yeah, I would love to see him, but that is still pretty far. And I think, oh no, it was Fox that had the rights to him, so it would have been a problem to try to introduce him. But Disney now owns Fox.
And then. Where is the other super? Oh, thank you so much to James McGuire for your super sticker. How cute!
I love the cool sunglasses.
Yeah, we can't put it up on the thing. I don't know how to do it. Oh, it doesn't really do it. But I was gonna try to click on it and have it show, but it doesn't do that. But it is a cool little emote with little sunglasses on the face. Super cute. Thank you so much for sending that in, James. And then Chris had another super chat as well. Nope. Just kidding. It was Nash.
No. There was another one.
There was another one? Ah, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
And by the way. Oh, Nash, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nash. Okay, so Chris asks, and by the way, Wendy has been banned from Galaxy's Edge for crashing the Millennium Falcon. Okay, quick sidebar. Then we're going to get back to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which I should be putting, I think it's this. Yeah, okay. So we went and did a normal Disneyland visit. We try to go as much as we can because we are paying for those magic keys. And guys, it is not cheap. It's still not cheap with the magic key because we have to pay $30 for parking every single time.
Mm-hmm. And now you have to pay like $20 in gas just to get there.
Yeah, so it is still expensive, but we, the whole reason why we bought those passes is so that we can go.
Yeah.
So
and also with the key that we got, we can't really go at all in May, June, or July.
But do we want to?
We're not going to want to. It's going to be hot and crowded.
No, it's already crowded on the off-peak season. So like during the summer, no thanks. The tourists can go and have, their time and their space there that they paid way more money for than because we don't have to pay for hotel at least. But what Chris is alluding to is that we decided it was, I think, around 9 or 10 after the fireworks had finished, and we're like, let's go to Smuggler's Run. It was a really short 15-minute wait.
Mm-hmm. Because we just walked right on.
Yeah, we just walked right on. So we were paired. It was just the three of us. It was me, Dustin, and Chris. And then we thought, let's do the Chewy mode. And the cast member's like, you guys want to do the Chewy mode? All right. And he set everything up for us. We're like, okay, cool. And we're with another family, and they have that very young daughter. And we're just like, it's fine, just pushing buttons. There's no way we can fail, right? So we get close to what are the things that we're trying to mine? The coaxium?
Oh, yeah, we were almost, well, no, we got off the planet.
What is the name of that, though?
Yeah, coaxium.
Okay, but you didn't
coaxium.
confirm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I confirm that, Wendy, yes, it is the coaxium.
Okay, thanks. So we were at that part, we were about to harpoon it, and the whole ride just goes dark. And I was like, wait, well, we weren't crashing more than usual. So what happened? And then Chewie's yelling at us, and Hondo's like, "Oh, what did you do?" And then the cast member's like, "Please remain seated." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" It's on my TikTok if you guys want to see it. Wendy Zaney on TikTok, and yeah, it was. So we crashed out of the Meddling Falcon. We did get to go again, and we're like, let's just not do the Chewie mode. We'll just talk to Hondo. It's fine. And we flew through the second time around. I would also like to add that I was not the pilot. I was the gunner. So I was really just responsible for shooting things down. So it was really the pilot in question.
It was me.
Looking at you, Chris.
It was Chris and I who were behind the steering wheel of the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, I think the blame lies more on us. But it just makes it so we don't know how it's Wendy's fault, but it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go
One more super chat, and then we get into the discussions.
Yes.
Into our topics.
Nash, thank you so much for your super chat. Nash says, the guy in the background with the swords may have been, Mordo Supreme. Interesting. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought of that. But it's also possible because it's the multiverse. So
we also know that there's another version of Doctor Strange that's with with the Illuminati. Mm-hmm. So we saw him in one of the clips of one of the foreign trailers.
Yeah.
So we know that there's zombie Doctor Strange. We know there's the MCU Doctor Strange. We know that there's this Supreme Doctor Strange. And I know it's not his actual name, but the Illuminati Doctor Strange, the one that has like the white along the sides of his hair, the more slicked back and the more like sleek kind of outfit. If you guys know his actual name, please put it in the chat so that I can know exactly what I'm forgetting, because I forget names like all the time. So
the speculation for who is on the seats of Illuminati, according to the chat, let's see. Debbie says Black Panther is a comic version of the Illuminati. Marvin Martin says, so all this time Professor X was the bad guy. I didn't see that coming. They could play it that way if they wanted to, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But honestly, who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Ruru2 says, I kind of want to see Doctor Doom instead of Reed Richards.
Oh, but would he be on I don't know this.
He's super smart.
Was he ever on the Illuminati? In the Illuminati?
I'm going to look that up while you guys talk.
Was there actually like a version of the Illuminati that had Doctor Strange on it? Was there ever a non-villainous version of Doctor Strange? Because I know a little bit about Doctor Doom. Mm-hmm. So I'm not 100% sure. He was always more like focused on, I am the smartest, I am the strongest, so therefore I should rule everything.
Okay, so the Illuminati, the secret organization comprised of several of the world's most powerful heroes, includes Sorcerer Supreme Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, the King of the Inhumans, Charles Xavier, Reed Richards, Namor the Submariner, Iron Man. That's the 6.
Okay.
That's the 6. So, man, Black Bolt.
So Black Bolt, they really could
literally have not even been introduced at all in the MCU. So this could be
except for in the MCU. They did those Inhuman shows for a little bit and didn't go very well.
No.
So, but it's going to be interesting. It really depends on where Marvel wants to take these things. If they want to introduce something that they can use later, or if they're going to use them as just one-offs to throw away.
Yes.
I am really curious to see where they're going to go. One thing that I also do want to talk about a little bit is the runtime for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Is that it's actually going to be the shortest Marvel movie in the last 3 years. I think it comes in just a little bit over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So a part of me is kind of like, oh, I want a 3-hour Doctor Strange movie.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? So
that means it's got to move pretty fast.
Yeah, and it also might just be a setup. So they're like going to be, I feel like this is going to be the true beginning of the multiverse saga, to where it's going to this is kind of like the end credit scene to Avengers, where you find out, Thanos has been behind this the entire time. And I think we're just going to find out who the main bad guy is. Doctor Strange and Wanda are probably not going to succeed in whatever mission that they're doing. And it's all going to be like, holy crap, we are in such big trouble. Here is the next big baddie for the next 2 or 3 phases of Marvel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see which direction they go. They might even do multiple threats at multiple times to where they have villains like Nightmare and Mephisto, those kind of threats from the Doctor Strange side. And then you get maybe like Galactus on this from like the Thor side. And then you get Kang the Conqueror from the Multiverse side. So they're going to be dealing with all of these different threats at once. So you can still kind of separate.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I'm so excited. Marvel movies.
I like this comment here from Ruru too, who says Magneto and Professor X both have been members of Illuminati. We might get to see them both on screen for one final time. And we all know that Wanda and Magneto, technically, there should be, even though in the MCU they haven't really put that into play, technically in the comic books they are very much connected. So I'm curious to see how they're going to approach that. And speaking of Wanda, this is from Ashley's comments, like many comments ago, but we got to see Billy and Tommy in this.
Yeah,
so I
that's
actually
right.
have a little slideshow that, where is it? Oh God, is it this one? Is it this one? All right, so here we have some of the screenshots that I pulled from the Doctor Strange Dream TV spa. You know, we got Doctor Strange. Well, we got, this is crazy, the third eye.
Oh, yeah.
The third eye. That was completely insane because we hadn't seen it before. We're seeing it for the first time. And then we are trying to figure out if this is the supreme or superior Iron Man, or it's like maybe Captain Marvel. We are not sure.
I'm really curious. Yeah,
I'm so curious because I can't
this might
figure
be
it out.
Iron Man or Supreme Iron Man, because the way that the helmet fits over his brow looks very Supreme Iron Man. And then we have well, at first I was like, oh, is that Zombie Wanda?
But it's not. And here we are, Tommy and Billy. So if you haven't had the chance to see WandaVision yet, this may be a good time to catch up and do that, because we're gonna get to see them, and you'll get to see them. We are not sure how much are going to be in the movie. Maybe just a quick flash of, you know, Wanda is feeling so traumatized by losing her kids. But you're going to get to see, if you watch the WandaVision show, you're going to get to see more of Billy and Tommy's. But that's exciting that, you know, we got the reveal that they are going to be in the film. For
And
how long, who knows?
Let's also not forget, Wanda has a big trump card in her hands. She has the Darkhold. She has that book. I think it's called the Darkhold.
I
right?
think so too.
Am I missed? Okay, cool. So we don't know exactly how she's going to use it. We don't know if it's going to corrupt her. I'm having a feeling that it's not going to be good that she has it. Black Loki, thank you so much.
Thank you, Black Loki, for the super chat.
And Black Loki and I were having a little bit of a chat over Instagram, and talking about how we loved Moon Knight in the newest episode of Moon Knight, but the CGI on the Jackal, or how he put it, the Scooby-Doo coyote on the CGI was not the best. But, you know, everything else was so good.
Yes.
Everything else was so good in that the new episode that it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah. Kind of swinging back over to who we think the Illuminatis are. Debbie has a full list. She says Illuminati is going to be, she thinks, Mordo Supreme, Professor X, Captain Carter, because she's on the poster.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
She's in one of the shards. She's on
That's
the poster.
Right.
Reed Richards, Supreme Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Maria Rambeau.
Oh.
Ooh, Debbie, I like the way you think.
That's a good list.
I like the way you think. And then she's asking if we have gotten tickets yet. We have not. So I think after this live stream and after we film probably before we film our our review for Ambulance, we should probably buy those tickets before all the seats are taken. But I kind of not forgot, but just didn't really think about it because there's so many other things going on here at the Zany household. But thank you for the reminder. We are going to go ahead and get tickets. Let's see. Anything else? Gary Smith said there has been rumor of Anson Mount showing up in MOM as as Black Bolt.
They need to introduce a Black Bolt.
There has been rumors of everybody showing up. They could show up.
There was a rumor of Tom Cruise being in there.
I want Jeffrey Wright to be dressed up as the Watcher and show up in this. That would be... I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind.
I would love to see that too. I mean,
yeah.
I still think it would be really funny to see the Watcher crash through, and you see a fight with Ultron, and they crash through again.
And that's it. That's like the
and
only.
That's it. That's all you see.
Yeah. Black Loki, thank you so much for your earlier super chat. Who says, "I hope Morbius shows up in the Multiverse of Madness and Wanda kills him." Oh, they'll never let that happen.
No,
because that's Sony's. So they'll never let that happen. They're getting ready to make more of Sinister Six, maybe, most likely.
I have to admit, Sony has its work cut out for them with the way. I mean, they're getting some help. They're getting some gas and fuel because of just how amazing Spider-Man No Way Home was and the connection that they have to it.
Yeah.
But it feels like they just, when it comes to the stuff that they're putting out on their own, they just can't hit it out of the park. I mean, there's some good things, but there's some things that are just foul ball.
Foul ball.
So let's hope that they're able to, with some of the next ones that are coming out, are going to be able to knock a home run.
So Debbie has an interesting take here. So as to the one figure that we can't figure out if it's Iron Man, if it's Captain Marvel, she says that is Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, and that's not Iron Man. The powers don't match.
True.
That's really interesting. Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm. And it would make sense that Maria would take over as Captain Marvel.
Woo, to see her again?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, and then there's a couple of other comments. Sean says, I think that Doctor Strange in the blue might be superior, Strange another variant maybe. And Gal says, I want a female big villain so bad. Well, it depends on how they handle Wanda.
Yeah.
Because they can take her there.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely on that verge of easily being able to change from a hero to a villain.
There's so much, like, in all the trailers, the first one, she said, you do this, you're a hero. I do all this, but I'm the villain. And in this one, he's like, I dream about this. And she's like, these are my nightmares. Like, it's very, like, opposite ends of each other. So, I think in this movie, she's going to get pushed to her edge. Yeah,
and there's going to be a defining moment of whether or not she wants to try and stay.
We all know that Mephisto's just going to show up in this. This is what it is, right? Mephisto and Nightmares, something we've been... this stupid fan theory that you and I have both grasped onto since WandaVision,
mm-hmm.
that maybe they have no plans at all for Mephisto, and we're here like, Mephisto, right?
Well, technically, when they announced... Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and they did say that the main villain was going to be Nightmare, that could have just been a lie. I mean, just to keep us completely off track. So,
yeah.
Marvel has been known to do that. And honestly, I'm okay with them doing that.
Yeah, I'm okay with not knowing. We're a little choppy, guys. I'm sorry.
It now leaves us with this... surprise. It gives us that big surprise.
Yeah.
So...
Let me pause.
They don't have to tell us what they're actually doing.
Oh no. I just wanted to pause it. Okay, great.
We're still good? Still good?
Because I think it was taking up some of my CPU because it was running. All right, guys. If you have any other comments, thoughts, questions about the Doctor Strange TV spot, let us know. Put that in the chat and maybe highlight your message or something like that so we can see it. But we got to move on because there's so many other things to talk about. For example, this is super exciting. You guys know that over here at the Zany household, we've been a big fan of Turning Red. And it's funny because you and I both really enjoyed the trailers and we're like, oh, we can't wait to see this. And it's a Pixar movie. We're big fans of Disney animation. We're big fans of Pixar. And we're just like, I'm sure it's going to be cute.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect it to hit all these feelings that I had. And, this is set in the early 2000s. And I lived through that. You lived through that. The boy band craze, lived through it. The growing up and going through puberty phase, obviously went through it because we were all 13 at one point. Like you said, you're going to be, you are, or you have been. We're all going to get there at one point if you haven't done already. So, Turning Red's director, Domee Shi, and the first time I actually ever heard of her work was in the Pixar short Bao. That made a lot of people boohoo. Now there's super cute merchandise surrounding Bao, and then she went ahead and made Turning Red. So it wasn't just her who was promoted to a leadership role. It was also the producer of Turning Red, Lindsey Collins, who also got promoted, which is like, I think, super great. I think this is Pixar saying, you have a vision, you have a very clear vision, you're super creative, they work well together, so let's promote them and let's, make Pixar even better than it already is. So, Lindsey Collins has been named into a new position, and she is going to be the Senior Vice President of Development. So that means she's going to be leading development groups at Pixar for features and for streaming. And she will report to the Pixar President and VP. And then for Domee, let me see if I can find it. Domee Shi has been named the Vice President of Creative.
Oh, wow.
I know, which is great.
Big promotion.
So happy for her. I hope she's so proud of herself for all the hard work that she's, put in at Pixar. She's going to be joining directors. Oh, that thing just jumped. Andrew Stanton Peterson and Dan Scanlon in guiding the studio's filmmakers on their own productions as part of the famed Pixar Brain Trust. And she will also report to Pete Docter and Morris. So this is super exciting because she was initially hired as a story artist on Inside Out. She worked on The Good Dinosaur. She worked on Incredibles 2. She worked on Toy Story 4. And then obviously Bao, that won the Academy Award. And it was really from there, it's like she has a vision and she's so funny about the way she delivers it. And there's like a documentary for Turning Red. It's on Disney Plus. If you guys haven't checked it out, please do. Especially if you enjoy Turning Red, kind of takes you the whole process. And they made the whole film during the pandemic. So to see that go down and still be able to clearly communicate via all the Zoom meetings after Zoom meetings, I think it's huge.
And also, I loved during that, the making of Turning Red, you just saw how animated and how enthusiastic and how energized Domee Shi is when she's just working with the people that she loves, working on this project. And every single shot that they had of her, super energetic, super high energy. And I just thought it shows just how much those creative juices flow when you're working with a team that you love on a project that is so near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, so I'm super happy to hear this development. I can't wait to see the future of like Pixar projects. What is up next for them? I think next is Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know how much Domee Shi worked on it because just because it's coming out now, it's usually movies they work on for 3 to 5 years, depending. From shooting all the way to hitting theaters, and it takes especially for animation and especially for things made during the pandemic, and makes it extra hard. So that is that piece of news, which we're super excited for. Let's go ahead and move on to the next piece. Okay, let's talk about Ezra Miller for a second here. It's funny because I read the news, the initial news where he was arrested in Hawaii for disorderly conduct, as described in the reports in Hawaii at a karaoke bar. And then soon after that news broke, I went and had a screening for Fantastic Beasts. And, he plays Credence in Fantastic Beasts. So it was kind of weird. I was like, oh, right, I just read this about him, although he filmed this probably a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. So apparently his arrest has prompted an emergency meeting at Warner Brothers about his future. So this is according to an article in Rolling Stones, and this is an exclusive. And one of the taglines on top says, Insider says, Miller had frequent meltdowns during production last year on The Flash and described the actor as losing it. And without knowing anything, going on in his personal life, because, there's you just never know when somebody's having a hard time. So he could be, I don't know, but this is kind of two events that's happened. There was that one weird video. Remember we saw that weird video? I think it's gone now because I saw it only once. But he not choked out a fan where she was on the floor and he's but it was he took her down to the floor, but it was really slow, and I think she was smiling, so I don't know if it was
It
and
was,
they didn't
it was
press
just
charges.
weird, and it was just kind of like, what the heck is exactly going on here?
Yeah, so that was weird. This article, the words are not popping up. But most recently, he was arrested in Hawaii. He was at a karaoke bar, and it seemed like he was getting very agitated when some of the patrons started singing karaoke. And I believe the reports that he tried to take the mic out of her hand, or he did take the mic out of her hand, and he was harassing a gentleman at the bar playing darts. So that it's just, it makes me sad to hear about it too, because I was like, oh, like I enjoy this person's work, but what is prompting these behaviors, and what are they doing? So he was indeed arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment. So, oh my God, this is not working.
Yeah, I don't think the article is going to be...
Do you see this?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones that's behind a paywall.
What are the chat saying about the Ezra Miller situation?
Blade is saying losing. I would say lost it deep in the woods. Ezra Miller has, it's kind of sad to see exactly the fact when it comes also to like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that whole series and franchise, is how bad Warner Brothers has kind of, they cut out Johnny Depp. And then they have all these problems with Ezra Miller, and now it's going to be kind of like, well, do you completely replace Ezra? Mm-hmm. Kind of like how you did with Johnny. And it's like, I think you might have cut the wrong actor because of, I feel really bad for the way that went for Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
And yet you have someone like Ezra who's actually causing problems.
Right, it's not like Johnny's getting arrested for...
Yeah, exactly.
Harassing people at a karaoke bar. So, yeah, I am not able to, I don't know why half of these articles aren't popping up for me anymore, and all my notes are gone. But, so the chat's not saying anything about Ezra?
They're all pretty much on the same wavelength of, like, what Blade GTR said, going, oh, Ezra. And let me see here. What else? Warner Brothers and DC need to drop him. Debbie thinks, yeah, I mean, there comes a point to where you're like, do we really want to work with this talent anymore? And also with WB, since it's DC and
oh my God, that's right.
DC and
Wizarding Harry
Potter are both under Warner Brothers. They can just be like, you know what? We're done. And both they can go. I mean,
But isn't the Flash shot like?
The Flash is shot.
It's done, isn't it? Almost done, or like you can't just. I guess. Well, I mean, not that you can't. It actually has been done before. Where I think wasn't it Kevin Spacey that they took out completely.
Oh
of a film, so it can't be done. But it's a lot of work, because I'm just thinking about for all the production people. I'm like, all the extra hours. Okay, so here is some of the notes. So according to the report via Rolling Stone, studio executives held a emergency meeting shortly after his arrest, where they agreed to hit pause on any future projects involving Miller, including possible appearances in the DC Cinematic Universe. So that's as much as we've gotten, but it's kind of, exactly what you said a second ago. What the chat is saying is that hitting pause may be the smarter decision for them right now.
And also, fortunately for both franchises, for Harry Potter, well, it's not Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and for DC, they're both in a position to where you kind of could just be like, okay, you know what? We're just not going to work with him anymore. We can finish up what we have with him, and then from there on, if we want to have this character in, recast it.
Yes.
Or just not go in that direction anymore with the Flash, or start a new Flash franchise, or start telling a different story.
I mean, look, the easier way to, not easier,
how many Batmans are there?
This is true. Especially for the Flash, when you can, when you're a speedster, things can be adjusted quickly. If they decided, hey, we're gonna just put Grant Gustin in there as our main Flash, do it. I love him as the Flash. I love him as the Flash. So they can do that. And Ezra has already met, not Ezra, but that Barry Allen and the CW Barry Allen, they both met. So it could be possible they just run to the Speed Force, and then they're just like, oh, it's Grant Gustin now. Mm-hmm. And explain
something in the Speed Force just changes him over. Kind of like, what is it? Even in, Young Justice, there was, okay, I don't want to spoil anything. If you guys have not seen Young Justice, it's an amazing series.
So
go check it out. What happens in one of them is, one of them just disappears and no longer exists. So I think that is something that they could do if they wanted to start switching the focus of what kind of Flash they want. And also, there's been a lot of people who weren't happy with Ezra's portrayal of Barry Allen.
I remember hearing.
I thought it was
too.
kind of a fun take to make him kind of like this awkward, I need friends kind of a person, but that is not what Barry Allen is really supposed to be like. You know, hey, be back in a flash. That's Barry Allen, you know, the cocky, the wise ass, the jokester. That's more of what the Flash is supposed to be like. So maybe going back to that, those kind of roots, I think would be a good idea. So
we do love Young Justice.
If they're like, you know what, we don't want to work with Ezra Miller, I think there's plenty of room to be like, okay, let's just focus on another Flash.
Yeah.
We focused on a new Batman. We focused on a new Joker. We're in this part of comic book movies to where you could just start telling another story, and I don't think you have to be like, oh, now we have to retell the origin of the Flash, show the electricity and the chemicals, him being struck by lightning. We don't have to tell the story of Batman's parents dying again because everyone knows it.
Yeah.
So just start telling a new story with a new Flash.
Yes.
And I think fans will be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah. So we will keep our eyes on this news and see where it goes. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, which I think is this one. All right. Yeah. Star Wars Celebration. I know several of you guys that are in the chat that are going, so I'm very, very jealous. We still haven't heard back about press passes, and at this point, so like, I don't know, but we're still a bit whiles away from it actually happening. So keeping fingers crossed, we're manifesting, and maybe we will get to go. But if you are headed there, oh boy, what just happened? My computer.
Everything moved out of the way.
Yeah, everything just moved. So it looks like they announced some new panels, and these look like they're all the Disney Plus panels. So they've got one coming for Obi-Wan Kenobi. They got a panel announced for Andor and The Mandalorian. So that's huge. Look at all the star power that's going to be there. If you're getting the Obi-Wan Kenobi panel, Ewan's going to be there. Hayden Christensen will be there. We heard that Ashley Eckstein already is confirmed. Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO, is going to be there. If you're getting Mando, then Pedro Pascal will be there. For Andor and The Mandalorian. So that's really, really exciting, and I am just ready for all the trailers to drop. Sometimes a part of me feels like it may be better if we just stayed home, because we can get those reactions up. And
yes.
Because if we were at the convention, which would be so cool to experience, because we can bring you guys
to do footage,
like a full vlog or live stream or something like that. But then we wouldn't be able to do our regular trailer reaction, because I've tried to edit. Editing is no problem, honestly. Editing, I can edit it without the internet. It's uploading to the channel, where like a 15-minute video has taken me 2 hours before, because one, everybody's on the Wi-Fi, and two, their Wi-Fi's crap. So, so TBD on that, but that's what it looks like.
We can do. Blade gives us some advice. I hope you both get press passes. Trust in the Force. So we are trusting in the Force.
Yeah.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I'm very excited for Star Wars Celebration. We know that they moved the Kenobi show premiere from Wednesday back to Friday, and they're going to give us 2 episodes, which, like, RIP my sleep schedule that day. And I think also on that following Saturday, when we do our live stream, we might do a later than normal, just because we might be able to talk about all the news that come out of Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't go, then we'll be at home, which will be fine. We can still enjoy Star Wars at home. I think part of me also want to go for the merch.
Well, I have to admit, at Star Wars Celebration is where you do get some of the best Star Wars merch.
I've never gone, but I've gotten exclusive, Star Wars merch because I beg people. And then I just constantly on their text, can you get me this? Can you get this? I don't know how long Perry was standing in line for when she bought me that pin, or she just happened to have gotten into the store and was like, I'll pick this up for Wendy. I don't even think she like asked me for money. I don't remember. Perry, if you wanted me to pay you back for the pin, let me know. Venmo.
The pin that you got from her like 3 years,
4 years ago. Yeah, Venmo me. At this point, she's like, whatever. Because we would buy each other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'd get my coffee, I'd get her coffee, you know, and we go to creation together, and she just, it's, you know, I don't care. But if she wants it, she can have the money.
About going to something like Star Wars Celebration is also some of the independent artwork. Yes. Going down, like, if there's like an artist alley, just seeing some of these pieces of art, some of these original pens, some of these original pieces of clothing that you can only get there is just amazing. And to see some of the original cosplay, one of the funniest ones that I ever saw was actually a buddy of mine who dressed up as a Tusken Raider, and he had like a homeless sign saying, "Whole tribe killed by Jedi, please help."
Oh my gosh.
And he was one of the surviving Tuskens.
Wasn't that at WonderCon?
Yeah, it was at WonderCon that he dressed up with.
But then people, because he had a little like hat, a little thingy, and then so people were actually like being funny and giving money, and the security was like, you can't
panhandle.
And he's like,
but it's a joke.
It's a joke. I'm not this. So they ended up putting it away, which he wasn't trying to make money from the costume. People just thought it was like really like a funny take on it.
Yeah.
And they were having fun with it. So I think he put the little thing away.
So I think they confiscated his sign. So, but it's
a part of your costume.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but they didn't ask him to put away the costume or anything. He was just
that would have been worse. That would have been worse. Yeah, I'd be like, you know what?
No, here, just take the sign then.
Make another one. Just get some Sharpie and get some scrap paper, and you can real quick make another one if you want. Blade GTR says, love to see the parade line of Mandalorians, and then he says, I expect to see a lot more Tusken Raiders this year, especially following the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I want them to all, I'm sure somebody's doing it already, the cosplayers get together, and they learn the exact choreography from the show, and they do it together. Guaranteed to happen. I'm sure somebody's already planned, rehearsed, it's happening. RMD says, this will be my first time at Celebration. Dude, that's so cool. We're so happy for you. If we don't get to go, enjoy. And hey, if the movie couple gets to go, maybe we'll do like a mini meetup or something like that in the evening or something like that. Because there's at WonderCon, there's tons of hotels and like little spots where you can meet and chill. So maybe we'll do like a mini meetup if we get to go. So we will see. Anything else that we want to talk about before we end today's live stream?
Oh yeah. Let me think. There was something, and of course I completely forgot what it was. Maybe we already talked about it though, because we talked about the Doctor Strange runtime. We talked about the trailer. Was there any other topics that we had that we would like to talk about? Also, here's something for everyone, because we do have a lot of discussions going on in our Discord. So if you want to drop any piece of movie news, if you want to drop any piece of theme park news, anything from Celebration, if you guys, especially if you guys get to go to Celebration and you want to share some of the cool things that you see there, please join our Discord, put it in the chat. Now, if you do join,
putting the link in the chat,
we do have, you have to push.
No, I'm going to, but you have to say this first, because I'm not going to add it until.
Before you join, when you go in there, we do have some spoiler-filled what are those called? Spoiler-filled channels in there. So make sure that you mute those if you don't watch it as soon as whatever the media is drops, because spoilers for those do come out pretty quickly, because we love watching all of the Marvel shows, all of the Star Wars shows, so we get some spoilers that do come out.
Yeah, so what he means is once you're in the Discord, you will see a bunch of channels that'll say spoiler discussion. We have one for, some of them are a little bit older, but I'm not going to archive them because people tend to go back and watch the shows and they, put discussions in there. But, for basically all the Disney Plus, Marvel and Star Wars shows, as well as some of the other films, like No Way Home has a spoiler channel, so just be aware of those and go in there and mute all of the notifications for those, so you're not at work and you haven't had time to watch Moon Knight and then somebody says, look at this big reveal, and you're like, no, my eyes. So we don't want that to happen for you.
Also, speaking of which, one of the big rules that we have on our Discord is to be nice to each other. You can disagree as much as you like, but as long as you show respect and you show proper, just because someone doesn't like something that you love that's okay.
Accurate.
So please, we want to keep it civil. We want to keep it friendly, because that's the kind of environment that we would like to cultivate in our Discord channel.
Yes. Yeah, see, Blade says, so I have to avoid the channel until later today. Yeah, just in case, because that's what happens when you drop a show on Wednesday, which is fine, but a lot of people who work, have a full family, like, can't just go home and put your feet up on the couch, and you have to come home, change your clothes, and then continue to be a functioning adult. You can't just, like, potato couch it. Yet. You know, so, but anyways, there is the link to our Discord if you would like to join. Just remember, be kind. We like to make it a very comfortable and fun community for everybody, just to talk about nerdy stuff, and hopefully, you know, nobody's saying anything that's like, if I see any sort of hate, racism, homophobia, any of that stuff, you're out of there. Like, I don't have any patience for stuff like that. Like, we're in 2022 and the world's awful enough already. If you keep up with the international news, it's kind of terrible what's happening. So, you know, it's our little piece of, like,
happiness
let's talk about nerd stuff.
And also, if you like what we're talking about on our channel, if you like our content, please give us a thumbs up on this live chat. It helps us it goes a long ways. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and help us grow our channel so we can give you guys more content.
Yes, and then don't forget too, we also have live stream on Saturday, and that is when we're going to go full spoilers for episode 2 of Moon Knight. We had previously discussed, like, do we want to keep our spoiler discussions on a Saturday versus a Wednesday, but we really do feel that Wednesday is just too early. Case in point, Blake, not to, like, single you out, but, like, Blake and many people, you know, with an actual, like, working 9 to 5 schedule, it's hard. Like, you're not going to get to see Moon Knight until later on tonight, because who's going to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch it so they don't get spoiled? Like, I would value my sleep over that.
Yeah.
If this wasn't the job. So, let's see. Debbie says, new posters for Doctor Strange 2. Let's go ahead and look. I think I saw them. I didn't pull the graphics, because I straight up forgot to do it. But Doctor Strange 2 movie posters. There's several that dropped, I believe. Yeah.
And all of them look really cool. I think one that was dropped, it shows, like, each character, instead of just being like a floating head poster, like a lot of head, body, torso, bust.
Yeah. All in like a triangular.
You see, like, all of the different variants of that certain character. And I'm like, that is a really cool poster.
Yeah.
But also the one that has, like, the glass shattered.
Yes.
Of certain characters.
Yeah.
In IMAX.
Yeah, and this is filmed for IMAX, which is really cool. So if you're able to, you know, head to, like, an IMAX theater near you, if you've got one, you know, that's the way to see it, I think, if you're able to. Yes.
I like all the different goatees of Doctor Strange.
So, Dustin's looking at one where it looks like, you know, a mirror, and it's all the images are cracked and it breaks off in different shards, but not, like, floating. And it's essentially a lot of the characters. I spot a Wanda, several Doctor Stranges. I spot a Wong, America Chavez. That's America Chavez.
Oh, okay. Good eye. There, you can see, like, the zombie Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Yeah.
I just love. This is something that I've been wanting to see for so long. To be able to see Doctor Strange, Multiverse, Wanda, to maybe bleed into a little bit of House of M. I am just dying to see what they do with this, and there's so many different paths. The Illuminati, to bring in Professor X, and somehow bring in the X-Men. I'm just so excited.
Very, very exciting.
And I can't wait. And all of you guys, and just the excitement we get to share.
There's actually 5 different posters, so that we just talked about one. There's another one that says, like, discover it at Dolby Cinema, and it's him looking out the window of the Sanctum Sanctorum, but it is basically damaged, and there's a lot of red coloring in that, and then in the silhouette below, you got Wanda floating behind him, and I think that's a really cool poster. It's kind of eerie to take a look at, the aftermath, and then there's one where it's all of them swirled, sort of Doctor Strange up top here, Wanda right beneath, and then you have Mordo, you have America Chavez, you have the Night Nurse, and you have Wong in that as well.
Here's something that's interesting, though.
Yes.
So you see all of the different Doctor Stranges. You see, you only see one Wanda, and you only see one American Chavez. Everyone else,
interesting.
There's multiple versions of them.
What could that mean?
So maybe they are like, what is it called? The two constants. You know, there's all, like they said, there's what is that called? You guys, I'm sure someone in the chat knows it. When there's one of that individual for all of the multiverse, they were saying that they are a nexus being.
Yeah, nexus.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Wanda's a nexus being.
Yeah, and I'm just so excited to see how they just build Wanda's powers.
Yes.
Because for the longest time, we've been sitting here going, well, Wanda is an Omega level being. How are they going to show her powers? Are they going to kind of neuter her powers a little bit? Are they going to just go full on God mode with her? Especially now that she has the Darkhold.
Oh, these posters are really cool. The Direct actually has all 5. I was looking at a couple of other websites, and for some reason, some of the other ones weren't popping up. But the Direct has all 5 if you want to check them out. But I think at this point, they're probably everywhere on the internet, and I kind of want to go and dissect all of them, but I want to zoom in on them, which I can't do right now during the during the live stream because my computer, first my laptop decides that she doesn't want to work that hard today, I guess.
And Sean Banks actually put into the chat that I wonder if I will see this as much as I saw Spider-Man No Way Home. Saw it 5 times. Now, this is actually a little game that I want to play, and I want to get your guys' opinion.
Oh, it's in our... Sorry, real quick. The posters are on our Discord, according to Debbie. Debbie, where did you guys put it? Is it in Movie News?
It might actually be under live stream.
Oh, it might be under live stream. Let me know, and I can say it in the chat. I mean, I can say it on the live stream.
But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Is this going to be over or under better than Spider-Man No Way Home?
Oh, no. Don't do that.
So do you think this is going to be something that gets higher ratings? Because on, what is it called? Rotten Tomatoes. Do you think it'll get higher rating than Spider-Man No Way Home or lower ratings than Spider-Man?
What's Spider-Man at right now? 90-something?
It's pretty high, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's look.
I don't think there's very many people who gave Spider-Man No Way Home a rotten review.
It's just such a fun movie, regardless of all the appearances. How do you hate on that movie?
Exactly.
It's so fun.
No, don't get me wrong. There's definite things that you can probably nitpick and be like, I don't understand why this happens. The argument that, wait a second, how do these certain characters know that Spider-Man was Peter Parker? I mean, they didn't know, but they somehow got pulled in.
Yeah.
So, like some of the things with Electro. Why did Electro change? I understand those arguments. I understand, you're right, those are pretty big plot holes. But they didn't really ruin the movie.
It's at 93% right now.
93%. So do you think that Doctor Strange will get higher than a 93? Lower than a 93? Or probably the same? My hopes is, of course, it's going to get higher. Because
No Way Home was a
93
pretty
is tough.
Solid film. That's a solid movie. But I do have very high hopes for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness because they've been building this up for a long time. They used the shows to help build it up. It's very, very exciting. So we can't wait. And the posters are under the Movie News discussion channel if you are on our Discord.
So we have in the chat, some people, everyone's thoughts are pretty much what we thought. That's tough. That is a super tough call.
Yes. No Way Home is a solid movie.
Let me see here. Sean, let me see here. That's tough. Spider-Man was my third film, and this is only the second Doctor Strange movie.
Yes.
So yeah, that's really true. Tough. So but the thing is though, where Spider-Man had 3 movies to build up, we've had, so we had the first Doctor Strange movie, we've had WandaVision to build up Wanda's side of the story, and we also had Doctor Strange in a lot of the what ifs, and also in Infinity War, Endgame, and in Spider-Man No Way Home. So there is some build up to Doctor Strange. Let me think. Blade is saying that he thinks it's not going to be as good, that it's going to get lower than Spider-Man No Way Home. And also, Spider-Man is one of those fan favorites. He is, when you think of like your top, most popular superheroes of all time.
Especially
Spider-Man's
by a
probably in the
general
top 5.
Yeah.
Right up there with Superman and Batman and all some of the other main superheroes that are out there. You know, it was Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man were the first comic book movies that did huge numbers.
Yeah. So it's just a 93% is a tough number to beat. But I think it can get really close. I don't know if it'll beat it, but I can see it being kind of the same, because
in the same ballpark.
This is gonna kick off so many different things, and like, are we gonna get Wong talking about that he was at that fight club with Abomination, that he met with Shang-Chi, and like, does that kind of get tied in all together? And there's a lot. So I'm very much I am so excited about it.
And I can't. Yeah, that's something that still needs explanation. What was going on there? What was Wong doing with Abomination? So hopefully we get a little bit more explanation into that as well.
All right, guys, I think that is it for our live stream for today, because we got a couple of other things to film and edit before we have to call it a night. So thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us for the hour. Thank you for everybody who sent in super chats and super stickers. We appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Really enjoy just, twice a week we get to come up here and like hang out with you guys and chat with you guys. For about all the nerdy stuff. So we will see you guys on Saturday for a spoiler-filled discussion for episode 2 of Moon Knight. And one more thing before you guys go. I know that normally I drop the link early for our live streams in Discord in the past, but this new way we're doing it, I haven't figured out how to like grab the link or how to schedule it, so I just kind of I just drop it. So I will try once we go live, when we're on the starting soon screen, maybe I'll go ahead and put that link in the Discord and on our not story, but our community page or community tab as well in the future, so you guys don't have to like refresh and look for it. You can just go and click on it. Okay, that's it from us. Look forward to new videos, new reactions, all that coming up to the channel. I do have an announcement I can't announce it yet because the people haven't announced it, so I can't say it until they announce it. But stay tuned on my socials. There's something coming up that I am doing later this week that I'm pretty excited for. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, that's it. I love you guys. We love you guys. Navi loves you guys. And we will chat with you real soon. Bye, everyone.